I wonder if there are any other reviewers like me out there in the world. Ooh! Guess not. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here to review the latest Disney Pixar film for BCG Disney Week, and that film is The Good Dinosaur. Now, The Good Dinosaur takes place in a reality where 65 million years ago, the meteor that killed the dinosaurs missed the Earth entirely, and so the dinosaurs remain the dominant species. And we're following the small Brontosaurus family that has a little farm in a valley, and their son Arlo, a weak, scrawny, easily frightened Brontosaur who gets swept away by the river and separated from his family. And from there, Arlo, accompanied with his pet human, I mean, he acts like a dog, so I'm just going to refer to him as his pet human, whom he'll later name Spot, must traverse the vast wilderness in order to get back to his family. Now, just like Inside Out, I was really looking forward to The Good Dinosaur. I liked the concept, the idea that the meteor that killed the dinosaurs missed entirely, and so dinosaurs and humans are kind of like coexisting with each other, and the trailers were fantastic. They did a really good job at capturing the scope of the film. And after the huge success of Inside Out, I was really excited to see if Pixar can go 2 for 2 this year with great films. And while The Good Dinosaur is a solid film and I did find myself enjoying it throughout, unfortunately, it just missed the mark at being a great Pixar film. It's just not at the same level as Inside Out. But again, that doesn't make this a bad film. There are many great moments to it, and even a decent Pixar film is still leagues better than most films that come out. Except for Cars 2. That was just outright bad. We will never forget Cars 2. But one thing The Good Dinosaur has over Inside Out is how large of a scope this film has. I mean, it is ginormous with spectacular animation. Everything looks so drop-dead gorgeous. From the mountains, the landscape, the forest, the water, the character designs, the colors. It looked amazing, guys. Amazing. I also really like the score that accompanies the film. It has a very folksy western tone to it that fits perfectly with this setting and is vastly different when compared to all the other Pixar films. This film, mainly being for kids, has a lot of dark and intense moments scattered throughout that would terrify little kids. Like, there's this one scene where this pterodactyl-like creature straight up eats another creature. They don't cut away from it. You actually see him chomp down and swallow it whole. I was like, holy crap, they actually showed that? There's also a huge amount of peril in this film. Like, I really feared for the characters' lives. Like, they could die at any moment. Particularly the film's climax, which was the most intense moment in the entire film. But the true heart of this film lies in the relationship between Arlo and Spot. It's great in this film. Got some really good development. I felt a genuine bond with them, and you really get to see them grow fond of each other as the film goes on. And Arlo does go through a lot of character growth in the film as well, being this weak, scrawny, fraidy cat type character. In fact, he reminded me a whole lot of Shinji. He's like Dinosaur Shinji to me, but he does grow in the film, and I did like seeing his character really rise up to the occasion. And Spot is awesome. He's a great companion for Arlo, being this tough little kid that won't take crap from nobody and just faces foes much stronger than him, but he really cares for Arlo and watches his back constantly throughout the film. And I will humbly admit that there are 2 excellent scenes in this film that were so well executed that it brought tears to my eyes. The first one is when Arlo and Spot talk about their families. Not much is said in this scene, it's all done visually, but what is shown on screen spoke volumes and gave us so much insight on Spot as a character and the life that he has been living. And the second one is the ending. I don't want to go into much detail about what happens because that would be a spoiler, but let me just say that it ends in a perfect way that just really tugged at my heartstring, and I was just like, damn it, Pixar, you've done it again! I also really like the trio of Tyrannosaurus Rexes that Arlo bumps into on his journey. They were freaking awesome, and I really would have loved to see more of them in the film. In fact, I would love to see a film dedicated to these three guys. They were the coolest characters, and I wanted to learn more about them. But as much as I really enjoyed the film, it does have a couple issues with it. The first and biggest issue with this film was sadly its story. Now don't misunderstand me, I'm not saying that the story is unengaging or anything, it's actually well told, but the issue here is that it's so derivative, cliche, and since we have seen this story told countless upon countless of times, it just feels like a ripoff of other films. I mean, really think about it. It's a story about an animal that gets separated from his or her family and must go on a journey to be reunited with them. Oh, and least we forget he's accompanied by a small human child during prehistoric times as they're both going on this journey to get back to where they belong. All I'm saying is that the story elements featured in this film are way too similar to other films to be considered a coincidence. Another major issue with the film was the pacing. It felt like many scenes in the film dragged on for way too long, and other times not long enough. I mean, the scenes with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the coolest characters in the film, only last about, what, 5-10 minutes tops? I would have loved to see him spend more time with those Tyrannosaurus Rex. They were freaking cool, that was awesome. And speaking of those Tyrannosaurus Rexes, this film leaves you with so many questions pertaining to the world of the good dinosaur. Like, I know the meteor missed them and all that, but when did they evolve to be cognitive beings? When did they learn how to farm? I mean, the Brontosaurus actually knew how to farm and make corn. Where did they learn that skill? Over the years, or did it just come naturally to them? It never really explained. Why are the Tyrannosaurus Rexes freaking cattle wranglers? Do they hunt anymore, or do they just take care of their cow and they move them down south and stuff like that? There's not a lot of explanation in this film as to what is the culture and what is the world of the good dinosaur. Some of the side characters that are introduced in the film felt really pointless, not really adding much to the film. And I know they were put in there to either add more tension or to add some comic relief, but they did neither. Like, there's this one Triceratops that's supposed to be very funny, but he just came off as weird and awkward. And then you had these like pterodactyl type creatures that were acting like kind of like the main antagonists of the film, but honestly, they didn't need to be in the film. The film didn't really need to have a main antagonist. Nature itself could have been the main antagonist and it would have worked very well. But then they shoehorned in these cliche baddies and I'm like, why? You were doing so well without them. And the last issue with this film was that there was an unnecessary and shoehorned in character death somewhere in the middle of this film. The character's death didn't feel earned. It doesn't add anything to the story, and it doesn't add anything to the characters. Yeah, sure, you may make the argument that because of the death of this character, a certain character behaves a certain way during certain moments, but that character has always been like that regardless of the death of this one character, so why even add the death of this character as a catalyst for this character to behave this certain way? And I'm being vague because I don't want to give any spoilers away, but seriously, there was no need to kill this character. Absolutely no need. But overall, besides the majority of issues that do weigh this film down, I still ended up really liking The Good Dinosaur. And that's mainly due to the dynamic relationship between Arlo and Spot. And that's why I'm going to give the film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think that it is an enjoyable film, and if you like Pixar, you enjoy their films, or if you want to take your kids to see a fun family film, you should definitely give The Good Dinosaur a watch. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you like it a lot? Did you get a kick out of it? Or did you find it really boring, derivative, and you just couldn't get into it? And let me know, what is your favorite journey home type film? Comment below, let me know. And as we speak right now, I'm actually heading on a journey myself. I'm heading up to Tennessee to spend Thanksgiving with my family. But don't fret, more Disney Week videos are on the way. I finished all of them before heading up to Tennessee, so you will not be missing out on any great content. And I probably might be making a Happy Thanksgiving video. I don't know why I took a break there, but I might be making a video like that, so stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, if you would like to see more videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the good Black Critic guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!